I want to spend a bit of time on foot and mouth. A highly contagious disease impacts animals with a cloven foot. If it gets into Australia, it'll be an $80 billion cost. B for billion. Beef cattle, dairy cattle, so affect meat and dairy. Also sheep, pigs, goats, all of that. Huge, huge issue. Joining me now is Anita Donlon from BEEFitUP Australia. Anita, thank you for your time. I'll underscore that point, $80 billion. But today the new minister, the Federal Minister for Agriculture, Murray Watt, has been in Indonesia. He's announced vaccines for Indonesian farmers, more border security. But against a $14 million plan today, I just don't think, I think it's a drop in the ocean. I think it's a pitiful amount of money, $14 million, when you look at what you could lose if foot and mouth gets into Australia. Were you surprised by the level of commitment?
We were very surprised and we were very disappointed, actually, because when you have a look at the whole overview of the agri-business sector, it's you're right, in excess of $80 billion, but the onflow from that, right through all the stakeholders, right through the rural communities, it is just absolutely disgraceful. Australia has got one of the most stringent biosecurity plans in the world, and we are seen as the world's food bowl. And yet we have to run the risk of losing all of that, if not more. And our farmers now, rural communities, I don't know how much more they can cope with, Peter, what with the drought and floods and fires and mice plagues. And of course, a lot of communities, particularly in the cattle industry and the cattle communities, they're still trying to recover from Julia Gillard's debacle of that live cattle export ban all those years ago. The one simple thing that I'm getting out of everyone that I have spoken to this week is very, very simple. And people are saying, and of course, as we know, our farmers and our Aussie way, we say it as it is, just close the borders until the issue in Indonesia is sorted. It's not good enough just wash your shoes or take your boots off or throw them away at the airport. You know, the quarantining, the level of scrutiny of people coming into the country is just being seen as very flippant, and it's really a slap in the face to our rural communities. Everyone, from the hairdresser to the petrol station to the pub to everyone, you know, it affects everybody.
Look, it's spot on. My sister and her husband are dairy farmers in country Victoria. They milk about 1,000 cows. Every job would go on that place. It would send them financially backward. They wouldn't be able to meet their milk contracts. I think people think it's just the top end of Australia, but it's not the top end of Australia, is it?
And Peter, considering that we have the Murray-Darling Basin situation, which is the biggest debacle, and we're seeing a humanitarian crisis happening, it's disgraceful.
Anita Donlon, I'm going to keep coming back to this issue. We'll keep talking to you and we'll keep up that push for the borders to close. Thank you for your time.